Good morning, everyone. So, my dear children, today we shall take up chapter number 4 of Flamingo, that is Rat Trap. Rat Trap is written by Selma Lagerlöf. She was a Swedish writer whose stories have been translated into many languages. A universal theme runs through all of them, a belief that the essential goodness in a human being can be awakened through understanding and love. The story is set amidst the mines of Sweden, which is rich in iron ore, which figure large in the history and legend of this country, this beautiful country uh, in the north of Europe. So this story is about an old disheartened peddler who is taken in and shown generosity by a young woman. Her generosity and kindness, moreover, the belief of that girl in the man who had been a thief also, who had been a criminal also, so that brought about a bigger change. That change, really the kindness that changed the bitterness in that peddler, and his attitude towards life was totally changed. The peddler here is a man who is selling rat traps, right? What is rat trap? Rat trap, a trap, a snare in which rats are caught. So we have read about the author, background, explanation, and summary of this chapter will be gone through this particular chapter. Now, let's put a glance at the characters of this particular story. First of all, the chief character of this particular chapter is the man himself, the rat trap seller. He is the rat trap seller, right? And a poor, emaciated fellow, sorry, a poor, emaciated, weak, ragged, not in good condition, a very low spirit, very low on confidence man he is. He roams about the streets and sells rat traps. He does a petty thievery also. Then comes the crofter. He is the crofter. Crofter is a man who works on land, right? He also comes in this story and plays his part. The next important person who has been described here in this chapter is the iron master. The iron master. And the last one, the main character along with the rat trap peddler, is Adla. Adla Wilmanson, who is the daughter of Iron Master. So these are five characters they have been described here in this story. Fourth rather, fifth would be there for a short while, but his role cannot be considered worth mentioning. Right? So let's go to this story and find out for ourselves. The story is about an old disheartened peddler. Disheartened peddler, he is. Right? Peddler. He is the peddler here, who is taken in and shown generosity. I have told you already. This man is facing all the misfortunes of the world, and now he has become a rat trap seller. He begs and does a little bit thievery also. He is pessimistic about the world and just creates his own imagination. What does he create in his imagination? He creates a rat trap. Rat trap, selling rat trap and creates a rat trap. Yes, this whole world he calls is a big rat trap. He believes that society tempts us with joy, with riches, and all fine things. And when we accept them, then we are caught in the trap, in the snare, and we are left with nothing. सब कुछ निकल जाता है हमारा जब हम सोसाइटी के जाल में फंस जाते हैं. Right? This story also conveys a universal message also, that essential goodness, as I described earlier, essential goodness in a human being can be awakened through love, respect, kindness, and understanding. It also highlights that the human predicament of what? That material benefits are the real traps that most human beings are prone to fall into. This is our predicament. As long as we run after these petty things, we get ourselves snared, caught. Human beings do have a tendency to redeem themselves from being dishonest, or you can say some unlawful ways also. And as does the peddler in the story. So at the story ends on a happy note. Let's read out about ourselves. About characters I have already told you. Setting has been done somewhere in the mines of Sweden, a country which is well known for its iron ores. And let's go through this chapter for ourselves and find what it is there in this particular story. So dear students, be ready to read it. Let us go through this story, Rattrap. Okay? This whole world is nothing but a big rat trap. This is the meaning. This is the thing that this story tells. Once upon a time, there was a man. Listen better, page number 32. Open, please. In your textbooks, please open page number 32. Page 32. Page number 32. Open. That's good. Now, once upon a time, there was a man who went around selling rat traps, small rat traps of wire. He made them himself at odd moments. What do you mean by odd moments? When he was not having any particular work. Moreover, most of the time he was quite free. He did not have any work to do, a permanent work, I mean to say. Right? So he always wandered about here and there and used to sell rat traps. Next line. He made them himself at odd moments from the material he got by begging at the stores or at the big farms. But even so, the business was not specially profitable, so he had to resort to both begging and petty thievery to keep body and soul together. What does this word mean, body and soul together? Means this man was too poor that he, though he worked, but never depended on the business that he used to do. These small rat traps he used to sell. Maybe the business was not profitable. Hence, what did he have to do? He had to go for thievery. Thievery means, yes, he was a thief also. He used to do theft. He was involved in many cases of theft. And what else he do? He used to beg. He used to do begging also, to keep body and soul together. What do you mean by body and soul together? Body and soul together means that he used to run his life. Right? Even his clothes were rags. You are seeing his condition. His cheeks were sunken, damped inside. Right? His cheek was sunken totally. His cheek was sunken and hunger gleamed in his eyes. Gleamed means shone in his eyes. No one can imagine No one can imagine such a sad and monotonous life. Monotonous. What do you mean by this particular word? Monotonous. 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 T-O-N-U-N-O-U-S. Monotonous means sad. Very not very charming, you can say. Right? Very monotonous life he used to live to appear to such a vagabond. Who is vagabond? Vagabond means a man. Who is a vagabond? Vagabond means homeless wanderer. Wanderer who does not have any home. Right? Vagabond means wanderer who plods along the road.